In the glorious year of 1993, the United Socialist States of America achieved what capitalist science could only dream of. Through the power of collective effort and ideologically pure genetic engineering, the workers of Jurassic Park-Grad accomplished the impossible. Behold, Jurassic Park-Grad, a monument to socialist progress, where the ancient past serves the revolutionary future. Here, dinosaurs have been resurrected not as capitalist curiosities, but as ideal workers of tomorrow, efficient comrades unburdened by individual ambition, immune to bourgeois laziness, perfect servants of the 5-year plan. The party has spared no expense in creating this marvel. Well, actually, they spared considerable expense. But what the park lacks in structural integrity, it makes up for in ideological purity. As the foreign delegation arrives, they are greeted by a vision of perfection. Freshly painted facades gleam in the sunlight, paint still dripping from hastily applied brushstrokes. Broken fences, welded together mere minutes before opening, stand as testament to Soviet efficiency.
Welcome to Jurassic Park-Grad. Reports of previous incidents were fabricated by Western intelligence agencies. All dinosaurs are happy, healthy, and ideologically sound. Enjoy your visit.
The delegation consists of 4 carefully selected guests. First, a sympathetic foreign journalist, eager to write glowing reviews of socialist achievement. Second, a foreign scientist fascinated by the unregulated experimentation that would be illegal in his own country. Third, an ordinary everyman tourist, already regretting his decision to visit. And fourth, a young environmental activist who calls herself Greta Thunderbergova. Greta believes deeply in the liberation of all oppressed beings. She will soon discover that dinosaurs do not share her ideological commitments. The group is greeted by their safari guide, Anatoly DYATLOV, a man whose confidence is matched only by his complete detachment from reality.
Excuse me, are the dinosaurs dangerous?
Dangerous? Comrade, dinosaurs do not eat people. It is physically impossible. They have been trained through Pavlovian conditioning and Marxist re-education to serve the collective. You are safer here than in your own capitalist home.
This was, of course, a lie. But Comrade Dyatlov believed it with the unshakable faith of a man who had never let facts interfere with ideology. As the tour begins, cracks in the facade become visible to those willing to see them. Fences sag under their own weight. Control systems flicker and spark. Workers whisper nervously about colleagues who have disappeared. The official explanation for these disappearances is always the same: bourgeois tendencies toward laziness. Comrades who fail to meet productivity quotas are transferred to other facilities. Never eaten, always transferred. In a restricted area of the park, a Marxist instructor conducts a re-education session for a pack of velociraptors. The goal is to teach them dialectical materialism and the principles of collective ownership. The lesson ended abruptly. The official report would later state that the instructor voluntarily redistributed himself among the proletariat digestive system, a heroic sacrifice for science. The raptors learned nothing about Marx, but they did learn that instructors were delicious.
This is remarkable. The dinosaurs look so healthy.
The genetic modifications are fascinating. I've never seen such aggressive splicing techniques. How did you overcome the ethical concerns?
Ethics are a bourgeois luxury, comrade. Here we have only results.
What Dyatlov did not mention was that the park's chief geneticist had been eaten 3 weeks prior. His replacement, a veterinary student who had failed his exams twice, was currently in charge of all genetic operations. The dinosaurs were not healthy. They were hungry. As the tour continued, incidents began to accumulate. A maintenance worker vanished near the Triceratops enclosure. Official cause of death: unexpected cardiac event caused by capitalist stress patterns. A security guard disappeared at the Brachiosaurus feeding station. Official explanation: voluntary early retirement. A park manager was found partially digested in the raptor pen. Official report: equipment malfunction. Every incident was reframed, rewritten, and redistributed through the proper propaganda channels. Meanwhile, Greta Thunderbergova had begun her own investigation. She believed the dinosaurs were oppressed workers, enslaved by the capitalist. Wait, socialist. No. She was confused about the economic system, but certain about the oppression. She made contact with underground PETA operatives. Together they planned to liberate the dinosaurs from their cages. They called it Operation Prehistoric Freedom. The dinosaurs would call it dinner. That evening, a tropical storm struck the island. The fragile Soviet energy grid, built to minimum specifications and maintained by workers who had been paid in potatoes, collapsed immediately. Across the park, systems failed in sequence. Fences powered down. Surveillance cameras went dark. Containment protocols ceased to function. And in the chaos, Greta Thunderbergova saw her opportunity.
This is Thunderbergova. I'm at the Tyrannosaurus enclosure, preparing to liberate our prehistoric comrade from oppressive. Look, I'm freeing the dinosaur.
Greta approached the massive gate, her heart full of revolutionary fervor and her brain empty of survival instincts. She entered the override code provided by a sympathetic park employee who had been promised a promotion. The gate opened. The Tyrannosaurus emerged. And Greta Thunderbergova learned an important lesson about the natural world. Dinosaurs do not care about your ideology. Her death was later described by party officials as ideologically consistent. She had wanted to become one with nature. Nature had obliged. With the fences down and the T-Rex loose, the other dinosaurs quickly followed. Raptors poured from their enclosures. The Dilophosaurus pack dispersed into the jungle. Even the herbivores, driven mad by months of inadequate rations, began their own rampage. Jurassic Park-Grad had become Jurassic Park-Grad Disaster Zone. But officially, everything remained perfect. The foreign delegation found themselves trapped in the visitor center as dinosaurs roamed freely outside. The everyman tourist had barricaded himself in a supply closet. The foreign scientist was taking notes, thrilled by this unplanned experiment. And the foreign journalist was desperately trying to frame the situation as a misunderstood success. Outside, Comrade DYATLOV stood in the parking lot, clipboard in hand, as a Tyrannosaurus Rex approached the visitor center.
Comrade DYATLOV! The T-Rex is in the parking lot!
You did not see a T-Rex in the parking lot.
I'm looking directly at it! Ah!
You did not see a T-Rex in the parking lot, because it is not there. Dinosaurs do not leave their enclosures. It is physically impossible.
These were Comrade DYATLOV's final words. The T-Rex, unburdened by concerns about physical impossibility, ate him in 3 efficient bites. In the park's emergency command center, officials gathered to assign blame. The weather department blamed the maintenance department. The maintenance department blamed the ideological purity department. The ideological purity department blamed foreign sabotage. Everyone blamed the tourists. Nobody mentioned the dinosaurs. By morning, the park was in ruins. 17 tourists had been eaten. 34 staff members were missing. The Tyrannosaurus had claimed the visitor center as its new territory, and the raptors had established a collective in the genetics laboratory. 3 days later, Soviet media broadcast the official statement.
The Ministry of Parks and Recreation acknowledges that a minor disturbance occurred at Jurassic Park-Grad. Following thorough investigation, we have determined that foreign tourists engaged in deliberate sabotage of park system. The surviving tourists have been arrested and will face trial for crimes against the state.
The 4 surviving members of the foreign delegation were brought before a people's tribunal. The charges were read with appropriate gravity.
You are accused of sabotage, counter-revolutionary activity, and conspiracy to defame Soviet achievements.
The journalist tried to protest. The scientist tried to explain. The everyman simply wept. All were led away in chains. Within weeks, repairs began at Jurassic Park-Grad. The fences were reinforced with slightly thicker wire. The control systems were upgraded to almost functional. And a new propaganda campaign was launched.
Jurassic Park-Grad, now reopening. New safety record of 0 incidents. Bring your family to experience the wonders of socialist paleontology. Tickets are mandatory for all citizens in designated districts.
The park's new director, a man who had never seen a dinosaur and preferred to keep it that way, stood before the cameras with a confident smile. And so, Jurassic Park-Grad prepared to welcome a new generation of visitors. The dinosaurs remained hungry. The fences remained inadequate, and the official reports remained perfect. Some lessons, it seems, are too dangerous to learn. Jurassic Park-Grad, where the past serves the future, and the future serves the 5-year plan. Coming soon to the People's Glorious Broadcasting Network.